Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef of Ballistics Foam Armory. Right now I'm going to be doing a little bit of an update on my Silly pistol by Sillybutts. This pistol here is actually, I gotta say, this thing is actually growing on me. This pistol, when I first built it, I actually ran just a regular K26 spring in it. I had a couple K26s, so I said to myself, well, let me change it. Let me decide to swap it. So let me put in the one of the SF25 springs. I actually have a couple of those. Thanks, I actually ordered quite a bit of those SF25s from Silver Fox. It does have a little bit of a stiffer front because of the spring, but the good thing about it is that for what it has and what it does, I mean, it's okay for me. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. But in FPS ranges, this thing does have a really, this thing ranges from like 152 to 160. Sometimes it will actually hit like 180. I did a field testing with it about a few weeks ago, and gotta say, this thing is a distance tagger. So this is more for competitive type of games, but the good thing about it is that I'll definitely run it in a competitive game. As for my type of game style, I'm more competitive, so I'm more into the higher FPS. So the thing I like about Sillybutts, he also did an update on some files for the Silly pistol. One is that you can actually have this a little longer. The orange piece here, you can have it a little longer. You can also choose from the folding mag wheel to the stationary, which I have. I have the stationary. You can also change your sides to long to short. He also has different type of upper slides. One's with Picatinny, one with a hook back here, and one without nothing. Probably for another mod to it, I probably will paint this slide with a textured paint. There's actually a textured paint that I use for my grips. It's really very simple. Just paint the piece the color, like say like a flat black or a flat color, and then you spray on that textured paint. Let it dry for a couple of hours, and then when it's dried, it actually has that nice textured feel to it. Especially for something like this that does have a heavier prime to it. As of right now, I can't do like take out the spring, because what I did was I also printed out another plunger head, so I ended up having that a little bit heavier. I decided just to print that about like around 50%. So it does have its thing and whatever. But the thing I like about it is that you can, depending on the barrel, depending on the spring, you can have it in pretty much in any FPS. But as it stands for me wise, it's more for competitive gameplays. So that's the thing. Do I recommend it? Oh yeah, I do recommend it. It's one of those pistols that is, if you have a 3D printer and you have the hardware is very simple. It's a very simple hardware. 440 screws, which you can find at Ace Hardware. Pins. There's like a metal pin that I'm using. I think you can find that at Ace, but I'm not sure. Another one is elastic, because it uses an elastic for the trigger and for the sear. You also got one for the mag release. There's actually one there. The good thing about it was that I actually did have the screws, the pins, because one thing about Captain Slug, when he still had his shop, you know, on SD, and every time you order a hardware kit from him, he does provide extra bits. And I know right now people are gonna miss that, so I actually had a lot, so I ended up using most of the screws for this one. So, but yeah, for myself, who does have my own printer, I printed the blaster in what they call is PLA 2 filament. It's a little bit stronger than PLA, and it's actually designed for higher temperatures. For myself, when I print out my blasters, I do print it in a little bit of an overkill. So the whole thing is like in 20% with top and bottom layer heights of like 3 to 4. But I want it strong. I want it to last. So I actually had to redo the sides because I printed them a little bit too thin, or not too thick of infill. So right now it's a little bit thicker. So it does have a little bit of weight to it, which is fine with me. It doesn't really kill me or nothing. So like I said, I want my blasters to last. So alright guys, if you have any questions or concern, if you have any questions, just put it down in the comments. Like I said, my goal is to try to hit 100 subscribers. I'm at 61 now. Subscribe to the channel, put a notification. It does help my channel out. So, but yeah, I'm Chef. I'm Ballistics Foam Armory, and I'm signing off.